Morning traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading, just doing an update on the crypto markets and Bitcoin. So just having a look here, so we're breaking some serious support here. And I just wanted to say one thing that, like I do my best to ignore headlines at any cost, like they just mean nothing to me. Actually, if anything, they're a sign as to what you shouldn't do when they tell you to do something. And so, and the reason, what I mean by this is that when I was looking the other day, and here I am frantically looking for good shorts to get into because I could see this market was going to plummet. And then I noticed a headline which just made me smile, and it said, Wall Street experts confirm 40,000 the new low. And so, anyway, I'm thinking to myself, oh, gee, I wonder how they've confirmed that 40,000 Bitcoin is the new low. And then here we are 2 or 3 days later that I saw that, and we're at 36,500. I just think it's amazing that even the people on Wall Street, they advertise and they get you into this frame of thinking that they want you to be in before you trade. And the number one and best thing to do is just ignore every single headline that you see. Don't go near any of them. Don't take nothing. It's not even worth a pinch of salt with what they tell you. All your answers are in the candlesticks and the charts. And I was acting on what I saw in the candlesticks and the charts, and I had nothing to do with, actually I was acting against what Wall Street had told me, because here I am going short somewhere near the 40,000 mark, and look at us today. Who knows how far it's going to go down? Nobody knows. I mean, this is massive volume too. If we were looking at this, if this was upside down, and and we're looking at this would be the sort of thing we'd be looking for a breakout. Admittedly, if I was to buy this as a breakout, if it was upside down, I'd be expecting it to pull back somewhere in this range before it took off. And that's probably kind of what I'm expecting now. There's a little bit of a pullback before we, because all these shorts are going to, want to take profits and all that sort of stuff. And but having a look at it, very negative market. And where are we going to actually stop? A lot of congestion in here, and for me, the most likely and realistic place for it to go to next is this red candle here, or these lows here. Somewhere around this area is where I'm looking at next. For the low. And does it make any sense to stop where it is now? Not really. Like, how much support have we got here to say that this is a good area to stop at? Not very much. Where's the next, like real thing that we're looking for? And usually it's the last candle before we start the rally. That will be the one, or the low here. Now, are we going to hold that low? And how long are we going to hold that low for? Who knows? We can get much lower prices than this. I was even having a look at this. There's some quite strong, solid support there around the 20,000 mark, and then if we go lower again, which is very possible, like I've seen this, a number of times before, and I know that I'll see it again in this market, and that's between say 11.5 and 13. So in around these figures around here, 11.5, 13 is definitely possible. This here 20,000 is possible, and this here is definitely likely at this stage. We're broken support there, and it looks like this would be the next area that would make sense for it to go down to. And how fast big money is going to push this down to there, we don't know. But in saying that, it's looking pretty good for shorts anyway. I think the last position I was in a long, and I turned it to a short immediately, and then started writing it down. Anyway, one of the ones that I was in was, I am in, is DOT. And just at this top line here is where my first entry was. Now I'm just kind of having a look here at this line here, and I just kind of drew it from here going back to see, okay, well, is there anywhere around here that is clear on support? Like there's a lot of things. I can kind of see that. There's a little bit of support there, and there, and a little bit resistance, breakthrough, support, and then we've got support there. Yep, okay, that's looking pretty good. The only problem is, look at how much weight is coming down to this general direction. We're under all the moving averages, dropping heavily. It's just looking pretty negative. I am wondering how far this is going to go down, but really, that's not for me to wonder. I'll just wait and see, do what the candles tell me to do, and then when it starts showing dojis or like 20% candles down the bottom here or whatever, I'll look to exit or reverse my position. So anyway, that's DOT looking pretty good. Looking at FTM. Here we are, bouncing on the 50 perfectly. Look at that. So I'll just get rid of some of those drawings there. Massive volume that's coming in. Weakness as well, stochastics. Look at that. Check this out, right? So we've got divergence. We've got, stochastics are going down in a major way. So this is a strength indicator, strength index. So this is basically saying that the money flow into the market is negative, like quite negative. And here, this is one of the things, like it's heading up while weakness is coming in. And so when this had the massive engulfing pattern here at a new high or double top, a new high from this area, but a double top from the previous area, as soon as it had completed its engulfing pattern there, I ended up going short, and I've been short since. So with this one here, I think I've only got one or two, maybe two entries on this one here. Dot, I got three entries, and Tesla's I got three entries. So, but yeah. So anyway, like just down the bottom of there at the start of this new day here is when I went short, and that's where we are now. So I think it was around about 92, 292 is where I got in at, where I sold it, and now I'm looking at buying back. I don't know where I'm going to buy back actually. Whereabouts is a good support area to buy back. That 50 is a pretty good area. You can kind of see it. Just having a look. I'll just get a trend line going across there. There we go. I'm going to get rid of all that stuff and start again. So if I was just to draw a trend line of where that 50 is now, just to see if I just kind of want to see if there's anything that makes sense for it to stop here. Like that matches up with any highs, lows. Like here, okay. It's kind of it's broken down there and congestion here, and then up. Found resistance there, but here, yes. Let's just take it down a bit, see if there's anything there, and then we're kind of missing this a little bit. No, it's kind of it's okay, but it's just like yeah, okay, it's broken through there, support there, support there, support there, and the 50 as well, which kind of makes sense. But it I'm not really feeling it. That trend line there, that support line. The 50 looks pretty good. Here we got a shooting star to the south side, or an inverted hammer, if we want to look at it that way. So we've got a reversing engulfing pattern there, doji, and engulfing below the 9. Then we've got a shooting star and a massive candle that's taking us down to the 50, and equal these limits down here, or these levels down here. If we break through this, where's the next logical place, and that will be the $1.55 mark, or it's probably go up a little bit, maybe $1.60 if it goes down there. But anyway, we'll wait and see what happens, and move on from there. Tezos, let's have a look at Tezos. Oh, Tezos is looking pretty good. So just draw a few lines here on Tezos as well as to what we could potentially expect. This kind of makes sense to me. This support and resistance line here. We've even got a little bit of support there, support there. Where's this going to come to? The most likely area that everyone will be expecting, which would probably be around about here, which is $3.11. $3.10, 15, or something around there. Yeah, so I'll just wait and see if we go down to here. I'll be looking at the 15-minute time frame to see if there's any major reversals at this level. If I do see good reversals, I'll end up closing my position. If we get a breakthrough down here, I'll open the position back up again. And Mana, let's have a quick squeeze at Mana. Yes, so Mana's looking pretty good too. For the shorts. Yep, up here, highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we've broken support. We've got one other level of support here, which could actually act as support. If that doesn't act as support, whereabouts could we potentially go to next? And $1.90 would be a realistic place. And also back here is $1.11. So that's a 50% decline if we get $1.11. So thinking about it, if you were to sell, let's say you had 1,000 mana, if you were to sell your 1,000 mana and then wait till it gets down here, you could buy 2,000 back. Not a bad idea. Not a bad deal either. This one here, Atom, I've been looking at Atom for a while, and I do like it. And I was actually looking at going short on Atom right here, right on the green to red on there. But anyway, I didn't end up doing it, and there was a very similar reason. We've found resistance, and if we look at the whole market as a general, it's very negative. And so looking at this here, when we reach highs like this and the market's negative, and then we see an engulfing pattern closing below the 9, this here is saying to me straight away that this isn't going to work out either. And then we've got a shooting star from the top heading down, and then we've got an engulfing closing below. Even though this is a bit of a scrappy sort of a candle, but it's still doing the right things. If we're going south, if we draw a trend line up here, it's broken that trend line and still heading south. The first area that we'd be looking at would be the $31 mark. Then the next area will be somewhere like 27, 28. And then probably around about, down this area here where that first red started, $21, $22. That is a more realistic kind of because if we have a look at this, say, just let me get rid of all that. I often do that. Like I'll have my drawing set up, and then you know, like I'll often just delete the whole thing and start drawing again on that chart, just to make sure that I haven't, you know, kind of talked myself into anything that doesn't really make that much sense. Okay, so here we can kind of see we're trading between a range. We've kind of gone up and then down, found support. Big block buying started right here, bang, all the way up, found support back here where that big block buying started. And then here we got, you know, well, here we got a big smashing candle down below, and then we got a like a shooting star, but up the other way, like a hammer. Here we've got a shooting star, but that's an inverted hammer. Then we've got an engulfing closing above the 9, and then we've got a like a rocket booster, and we've got an engulfing closing above the 9 again. So this is our second one. You know, so good support, really good candle action here, and then up here. Then we've got a rocket booster closing above all the moving averages, and then another one here, and then we reach up to here. Where we're going to go to from here? The most likely place in this super duper negative market would be down around about to here, about $21. So who knows? We'll wait and see what's going to go on there. SOL, we'll just do one or two more, and then I'll pull the pin. Oh, look at this, eh? So this here, we can see that it's closed below. You know, there's no support here until we get down to $82.50. So when we get down to $82, but this here, when it's closed below there, I'll be looking for shorts in around about here. As soon as it's closed below all these, pull back, and we've got a rocket boosters heading to the south straight away from there. You know, even if you didn't get an entry here, that close there would have been your entry, or the first red move on this candle here would have been your entry as well. So, actually, I want to see Link, because Link was the one that I missed out on yesterday. So here we can see we've got pretty good support here. This is with Luna, and if we were to draw a trend line up there, it's clearly broken that and broken the 50. We've got a bit of a downtrend happening. Huge engulfing patterns have, you know, down here. So really, the next kind of level that I'm looking at is about $55 there, or down to 200 for $44. Something like that. Let's have a quick squeeze at Link. Look at this. I can't believe I missed this trade yesterday, but anyway, it is what it is. And this is where I was looking at this on the 4-hour chart, I believe, and I was looking for my entry on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, look at this. This is where so this is where I was going to enter yesterday, and you know, I'm doing the same thing, you know, on the 50 when we're buying. As soon as it breaks through and pulls back and finds support on there, I want to be, you know, like grabbing the engulfing after it. So, you know, in this situation here, like, let's just say that I would have got on this one. Here's the engulfing one. You know, would I still be in the trade if I haven't stops here? Absolutely. Could I got a second entry here? Yep, absolutely, if I really wanted to, but I wouldn't have, because of the same price around about. Yeah, it's too close. So anyway, like, I was heading off to the gym. This was the 6 o'clock candle in the morning that finished. This was the 6:01 that started. And anyway, I just got busy going to the gym or doing my stuff to get there. And anyway, now this is what's happened since then. So let's just hypothetically have a look at this. So 22 and a quarter, and now we're at 17 and a half. So there's some pretty good percentage gains in that, you know, like, and that's only 4-hour chart too. So it's looking pretty good. Anyway, traders, if you need any help with anything, just get in touch with me, and we'll go through some stuff. I hope you're trading green. Talk to you again soon. See you.